Hello, welcome to a cool new video, and today we are going to be talking about what if Flowey equals Papyrus. Fun fact, this idea comes from a Discord user. Join it right goddamn now. This is not a request, this is a threat. But what does this actually mean? Because like this, see, just kind of seems like a collection of words that has absolutely nothing to do with each other. See, Asriel got reincarnated as a flower. What if instead of being reincarnated as a flower, instead they reincarnated as Papyrus? How does that work within the canon? It doesn't. I'm just gonna do that. Canon schmanon, am I right, guys? Undertale yellow, hey? Alright, so first of all, we have to establish what kind of papyrus we're talking about. See, there's two kinds of papyruses. The canon papyrus that actually has absolutely nothing to do at all, or we use the theory papyrus, where potentially Papyrus is just as powerful as Sans Undertale and is actually just pretending to be the thing he is. So instead of doing like an argument or like a real like discussion about it, we're gonna go ahead and remove the knife from the official kind mod figure, this one right here, and if his head is pointing down, if he's like this or like this, then we use the canon version, or if he's like this or like this, we use the fanon version. So it's about time to, hold on. Well, we use the canon version, so we're not using any theories around these parts. Clearly the easiest shit. Alright, so what do we actually know from Papyrus in canon? Well, Papyrus is a love-hardy guy. See, his personality right now, it doesn't matter. Cause Flowey is taking that shit over. Asriel is taking over Papyrus's body. Only matters what situation Papyrus is in. And I have a slight feeling that, you know, Papyrus' situation is just, he's in Snowden. So that's what Flowey gonna do. See, it's basically giving Flowey a body that doesn't suck balls. Of course, the knee-jerk reaction is that Sans is very concerned about his actual brother, cause that motherfucker don't act like his brother. And considering on how protective he is over his brother when he doesn't have no goddamn, you know, promise to do, I feel like that whole smiley bastard talk is gonna affect Flowey a little bit more here. We already know that Flowey got his ass beat, hand beat, over and over again by smiley backs. But here we actually have an interesting dynamic, because Flowey looks like Papyrus. Would Sans actually just start killing Papyrus just because someone took over Papyrus's body? I don't think so. So while, yeah, I think Sans would initiate a nice soul battle and then be questioned, just ask himself, why is there no soul? What happened to my brother's soul? My brother has a very special soul. My brother has a very special attack. And Flowey doesn't have no soul, so Sans would be confuzzled. It's an understandable reaction. So I think since, you know, Sans and Papyrus are brothers, Sans is going to use the old-fashioned don't kill him, make him go into a prison cell trick. See, the skeleton brothers are the only people that we know can do the trick. At least Papyrus is the only one we know can do the trick of, you know, getting you down to 1 HP and putting you in a goddamn jail cell. No one else does it, which is weird, but like Papyrus can do it, so probably Sans can as well. So what I think's gonna happen, Sans will beat Flowey's ass, you know, in Papyrus's body, and then put him in jail. However, since, you know, Sans isn't a fucking dumbass, the jail would actually be effective in keeping Flowey in, which is why Flowey would reset at that point. See, there's this misconception that you need to die to reset, at least load to a previous save point. You don't actually have to do that. Sure, the way Flowey found out that Flowey had these abilities is by dying. But I feel like the feeling of not wanting to be imprisoned in this cell, I feel like that's a strong enough reaction, you know, this whole being confused about why am I alive, why the fuck is this guy attacking me, I don't know what is going on. It's like, it's all confusing, and like, it's probably a trauma response at that point that you can actually, you know, load a safe. Flowey loads a safe in the jail cell, is my point. So we loop right back. And now it becomes a game of do it again, and do it again, and do it again, until Flowey guesses Papyrus's personality. At least guesses it enough to get out of that first interaction with Sans the skeleton. And at that point, I feel like shit would just be normal. Like, Flowey would definitely go to the goddamn king and be like, I lived here. Hey, now hold on, I know that motherfucker. Yo, where my mom at? Wait, what, she left? She stole my best friend's body? My fucking mother, grave robber, damn. My fucking mother, grave robber, damn. Alright, so what's been going on? Okay, so there's a few more human children. My dad's been killing them. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. And I feel like at that point, Sans would question everything again and is like, what the fuck is my brother doing there? Is that my brother? And we would do the whole song and dance again. I feel like we would just see a Flowey that's faster to defeat it. Like at some point you stop feeling pain. If you feel the same pain over and over again, you stop feeling pain at some point. So that shit would die out immediately. And you know, Flowey had a long trajectory of trying every possible combination before Flowey turned evil. See, this is still Asriel. But I feel like it would be less Asriel as soon as that shit happens. Like, we basically have a faster Flowey in this timeline, methinks. Unless, of course, Asriel finds a little more fun trying to pretend to be Papyrus. Cause, like, Flowey can reset at any point, trying to perfect the Papyrus persona without ever having met Papyrus. But ultimately, I feel like Sans knows his brother a lot, and there'd be a slip-up at some point. Like, that's just me, though. I feel like it'd take a way longer time for Frisk to finally fall down, is what I'm trying to say here. Like, Flowey's gonna get dropkicked over and over and over and over and over again. Cause like, Flowey, you ain't that fucking guy. Yeet. But eventually, you know, maybe in a jail cell, maybe outside of a jail cell, Flowey's gonna wait. Flowey's just gonna wait it out because I don't feel like Flowey can ever do like a giant general with this as a goddamn thing that happens every time. So eventually, we get the Frisk alarm. And now we gotta ask ourselves the question. Does this jaundiced child have a player? It is a question we ask ourselves with the kind modification figure. Heads down, and this says yes. Heads up, and this says no. Oh wait, I forgot. I almost forgot. And down. What was down again? I forgot what down was. No, god damn it! I think it was player. Yes. Okay, we're going with that. Yeet. I can't believe Dakota Kai was fired. Damn! Braun Strowman, Gigi, fucking Leif is texting me on Discord. Damn! What did he say? He doesn't say nothing. He didn't say. Can't believe this. Anyway, there's a player in Frisk, right? So, hey. Player in Frisk right now. Frisk falls down. Flowey can't save no more. We're going on the assumption that Flowey is not in jail. So Frisk falls down, fucking dumbass. Like, imagine falling down into an obvious fucking hole. Imagine being so fucking stupid, you absolute ingrate, jaundiced dumbass. So Frisk kinda walks over and then sees Toriel right there. Flowey not gonna be there because Flowey can't go into the goddamn ground. Flowey is Papyrus. We remember this. That's the whole point of the video. So Frisk to go all the way through the rules. Flowey is kinda confused as to why Flowey can't save no more and low saves. So now Flowey is kinda, oh god, I can't fuck up anymore. So since nothing else changed, because, you know, we're going with the timeline where Sans didn't find out, Sans kind of moonwalks onto the scene one more time, says, hey, my brother, he's a human hunting fanatic, you should meet him. And then I'm like, hell yeah, I want to meet that motherfucker. Flowey walks onto the scene, of course, it's all the same, but there's some dialogue differences, because, you know, Flowey is just pretending to be Papyrus. And ultimately, I can talk about how everything would be the exact goddamn same and also change just a little bit. But a fun fact to Rooney, it would be the exact same. It would be the exact same. As soon as Flowey sees the human, Flowey is like, oh, that explains it. But I feel like at this point, Flowey has enough experience as Papyrus to not immediately fumble. So I don't think Sans would, you know, be confused about why Papyrus is acting a little different, because Papyrus has been acting a little different for a few years now. The whole Flowey Papyrus act, it's already done for a goddamn while. Flowey didn't really get to do nothing, so Flowey's just kind of Papyrus now. So, an unfortunate thing about that is that there is no true pacifist ending, I don't think. Because, remember, that shit only works if Flowey is a megalomaniac and steals all of the souls. Is Papyrus gonna do that? I don't think so. Because, like... See, Flowey has killed literally everyone. Flowey doesn't have any goddamn emotions anymore. Like, that shit straight up don't fucking work. Papyrus Flowey obviously also don't have emotions. But, like, I don't think Papyrus was able to actually kill everyone. I feel like Papyrus just kinda hates Sans. And no one else. Because, like, bro couldn't do anything. So Frisk kinda just walks on the scene and, gets the true pacifist ending, which in this timeline is just everyone's happy and Frisk stays in the underground, the war is undeclared, and that's it. No, they don't get to leave, fuck you. And what's the neutral ending? Well, Asriel kills himself and Frisk leaves, that's it. Maybe the whole Papyrus fight would be a little more intense, cause like, Flowey actually tries to kill you instead. But like, nothing would really change, cause like, the entire character's different. You know?
Switch the music! If Papyrus is sure to result in victory, then you must search! Muffet goes absolutely goddamn hot!
Cue the clown!